Hi guys, Kyle at Outlaw Harley-Davidson here, and this is your 2021 Pan America 1250 Special. All right guys, so we just got this motorcycle in off the truck yesterday. It is the end of May. We're finally getting this thing in. It is a long time coming too. So I've been doing a lot of training on this thing, and I am ready to just spew it out all the information that I know. I did get to ride this thing yesterday out in the rain and the wet conditions, and it is, I mean, it's just incredible, guys. Some color options that you're gonna get for this year: Vivid Black, you're gonna get Gauntlet Gray Metallic, you're gonna get Deadwood Green, and you're also gonna get this beautiful Baja Orange and Stone Washed White two-tone color too. The other options on this motorcycle, of course, are the laced wheels. It comes standard with mag style 5-spoke wheels, but the option for the laced wheels gives you the outward laced wheels, runs a tubeless tire with the spoked wheels, makes it repairable in a field. Everything about this motorcycle is functional and made to be worked on in the field if you do have issues, and that's one nice little feature. The other option on this motorcycle, only on the Special, is your adaptive ride height. Guys, the adaptive ride height, it works phenomenally. You can feel it when you come to a stop. You can actually feel it lower a little bit. If you have this on the highest setting, when you actually mount the motorcycle, you turn the bike on and it automatically lowers the motorcycle for you too. So, you know, some really nice features, and that's brand new to the adventure touring world. So Harley-Davidson, right off the bat, they're setting the standard with something that is not on any other adventure touring motorcycle out there. So, you know, you will probably see a lot of those companies follow suit with Harley-Davidson coming up with some type of similar technology going forward. So guys, you get a 1250 motor. It is a 60-degree liquid cooled V-twin. Okay, it is not a V-Rod motor. It is a motor all on its own with a Revolution Max setup. You are also running dual overhead cam. It's got variable valve timing too, so whether you're in that low torque or you're up in that high RPM, it revs to 9,000 RPM. And at 9,000 RPM, you get 150 horsepower, guys. That is no joke. When I say 150 horsepower, this thing puts out every bit of that power. So down in the low end, if you want to take off from a stoplight, you get 94 foot-pound of torque at I believe 3,500 RPM. So no matter where you're at in your power band, guys, you're always going to have the power to get away from whatever situation you need to get away from. And on top of that, you have the stopping power to stop if you in an emergency situation. You have 4 piston calipers up front, dual disc, Brembo brakes, amazing setup. That is equipped with an anti-lock braking system, and it's also equipped with the cornering enhanced anti-lock braking system. So no matter what the situation is, no matter how hard you have to brake, you're always going to be able to stop in time before, you know, a bad situation arises. Guys, the suspension on this thing, I really think that's the best part of it. It feels like butter. It is the nicest riding Harley-Davidson I have ever experienced in my life. The best part about it is that semi-active suspension. You can really feel it. When you hit a bump, you can feel the bump a little bit, but only because you see it coming. You just kind of glide over the bumps. You have plenty of travel. You have a long swing arm. You do have the monoshock setup in the rear. In the front end, guys, you get the Showa front forks, the inverted front setup. Really nice setup, dampens a lot of the big bumps, makes them feel a whole lot smaller than what they actually are. This bike also comes equipped with a steering stabilizer, steering dampener, and that limits any type of buffeting or any type of handlebar throw. If you do take this thing off-road, which is obviously what it's made for, you're not going to have that real harsh reaction with your handlebars like you would without that steering dampener. So, guys, I can go on and on and on about this motorcycle. You get the 6.8 touch screen in front of you. It is Bluetooth connective. It is navigation phone dependent, and you can run your Bluetooth music. Everything goes through the screen and then comes through your headset that you have equipped with your helmet. So On top of that, your controls up here, everything you need to do. When I was out riding on this motorcycle, I never even reached out and touched the screen. I can do everything I need to do from the controls that are on your handlebars. On the left-hand side, you're gonna have your directional and also gonna have your blinker, which is all on the left-hand side. There's no right and left anymore. For metric riders, they want that on the left-hand side, just like they would have on BMW GS, Triumph Tiger, you know, Ducati Multistrada. All those other motorcycles that are set up for adventure touring have that. So they want to keep that similarity and that familiarity for the adventure riders that are going to come from other companies to Harley-Davidson for the Pan America. On the right-hand side, you have a very similar start button as you would on a metric bike. You have a little switch that flicks forward and back. It is equipped with security, so you don't have a key to put into the motorcycle and turn it on and off. You just have the key fob in your pocket. You walk up to the bike, turn it on, start her up, and off you go. So really nice setup there. And guys, the adjustability of this motorcycle, you have things that you can adjust all over the place. Your windshield is adjustable in 5 different spots. Your brake lever and your clutch lever are also adjustable, so you don't have, if you have bigger hands, you can have them farther out. If you have your smaller hands, you can have them a little bit closer to you. You also have an adjustable rear brake pedal on this thing. Makes it easier for when you're standing up on the motorcycle going over the rough terrain. That way you always have that brake pedal right where you want it, no matter what you're doing. So as far as the seat height, you do have a 31.1 inch seat height on this motorcycle with the standard seat at its tallest setting. You do have 2 different seat positions on this motorcycle. I rode it yesterday with the lower seat position. I really like that because 1, it gives you a little bit more security to the ground, but 2, it kind of slants your knees forward a little bit, so it rests you in a really nice, comfortable riding position, very upright. I never, at any point, did I feel uncomfortable on the motorcycle while I was out there. So, guys, the 1250 Special, in my opinion, it's the motorcycle divide between the 2 Pan Americas. You do have a Pan America Standard and a Special. The Pan America Standard is not going to come set up quite as nice as the Special will be, and you do not get the option of the laced wheels or the adaptive ride height on that motorcycle. So if you guys are going to come look at the Pan America, I do suggest the Special, but for those budget-minded guys or gals, you have the Standard that you can fall back on too. Now, we're gonna get this thing out there on the road. I'm gonna put gear up. We're gonna get this thing out there. I'm gonna talk about the comfort, talk about the power. There's plenty of that. Talk about the controls and how comfortable I feel with all of that stuff. And we'll take that normal test ride route that everybody's familiar with.
This thing's so much fun. So, I've been waiting a long time to be able to bring you guys this video, and it's finally here. I'm sure there's a lot of you that haven't seen this thing in person yet, and you're kind of clicking on this video to find out what Pan America is all about and what it brings, but guys, it's going to be worth the wait when you finally get to see this thing in person, and if you get to test ride it in person, that's even better. But one thing I know right off the bat, or one thing I noticed, is just how well balanced this thing is. I mean, it's a big bike, yeah, but very, very well balanced and easy to handle. At a stoplight right back, or at the stop sign right back there, one-footed it, super easy. Does not feel big and cumbersome, that's for sure. And I can feel those heated hand grips kicking in a little bit. That's nice. It is pretty chilly out today. Ambient air temperature is telling me it is a balmy 58 degrees at the end of May in Kansas City. Normally, quite a bit warmer in Kansas City, but not right now. The suspension on this thing is like butter, guys. I mean, I'm not in real rough terrain or real rough road or anything, but I can feel that suspension working for sure. And the sitting position is very nice. I'm very comfortable. My knees aren't up in the tank, which is what can give you the cramping in the hips feeling. My knees are kind of slanted down a little bit, and that allows me to really feel pretty comfortable. Let's get into this thing a little bit, though. Yeah. Oh, yes. There is a ton of power in this thing. That is for sure, man. So I have it in road mode. I'm going to kick it into sport mode real quick. Oh, man, it's so smooth. The power band is incredible. The handling is amazing. Oh, my gosh. It's so nice. The clutch operation is super smooth, and the transmission is super smooth. You almost can't even feel it change gears. It's really, really impressive. All right, we're going to get out on Pink Hill Road, test out the suspension real good on this thing. Oh, yeah. This thing is snappy. Whoa! Oh! My gosh. This is incredible, guys. All right, so handles great. Checks that box. Super well balanced. Checks that box as well, guys. Unfortunately, I don't have anywhere to take this thing off-road. I would love to get into some rough terrain and, you know, try and get over some hills and stuff like that, but around this area, there's really just no place to take this thing that's close to my dealership that you can ride like that, so... Whoa! Man, this thing's a monster! Gosh! Oh, guys, my lowrider S may be in jeopardy. Oh yeah, that adaptive ride height is nice. You can really feel it lower a little bit when you come to a stop. That's really, really nice. These are hard bumps. Oh yeah, you just go over them, man. You can feel that suspension, that semi-active suspension really working. In this sitting position, I figured I'd be a little bit hunched over because of the bar position, but it's actually very, very comfortable. You know, no tension anywhere in my shoulders or anything like that. Now, I haven't been on it for very long, but still, very, very comfortable sitting position. I really don't feel much wind at all. And guys, up here on my right forefinger is your mode button to change the modes. You have a mode indicator right down here next to your heated hand grip indicator. I love the digital tachometer. You can see it revs to 9,000 RPM and red lines at 9,000 RPM. The digital mile per hour readout, nice big numbers. You can read it very, very easily. I have the screen set on widget mode, so if you have your phone connected, it'll show you over here, gives you range, trip A and trip B readings, everything right there. And then you also get ambient air temperature, motor temperature, which I'm running at 185 degrees right now. I haven't seen it get too far over that. I saw 190 degrees, 200 degrees yesterday, but this thing runs nice and cool. I feel almost no residual heat at all. Now on a hot day, it might be a little bit different, but I don't feel any of it at the moment. So it runs really well, runs pretty cool. And I really, really like that. You have a passing light up here. You also have your brights. You just click it up for your brights. Everything, your horn is right there. All your controls are very, very ergonomic, easily reached. You have volume control and station control, pause, play over here on the right-hand side. Hazards right over there, and then you have your traction control and your push-to-talk button over here as well. But everything is very easily reached. And man, this thing is comfy. The biggest thing I have a hard time remembering is blinkers on the right-hand side or left-hand side, even if you're going right. So it's a little bit different, but the metric guys that are coming to look at this thing are going to love that. So, all right, take a ride on the 7 highway and get some stoplights. I like the sound. It's different than what I'm used to from my Lowrider S with the torque cam, but it reminds me kind of a dirt bike almost, obviously not that loud dirt bike, but the mirrors are very nice too. They're easily adjustable. They're not real stiff, but they stay in place. You don't have to adjust them after you got them set where you want them. But they're nice and big, and you're not looking around your shoulders. I really like that. In addition to the heated hand grips, you also have these awesome hand guards that, if you're in brush and stuff like that, it's obviously going to deflect some wind too, but it's going to make sure that you don't, scrape up your knuckles and stuff like that if you don't have gloves on, which you should if you're adventure riding. But if you don't have gloves on, it's going to make sure that you don't get scraped up on the knuckles. And the biggest thing is that if you drop this motorcycle, which, it's certainly possible in rough terrain, that you're going to put this thing down more than once. So it's going to protect your levers and grips and all that stuff from getting marred up, or bending or breaking a lever of either side. So, oh man, the gear braking is smooth, super, super smooth. Once again, I'm just super impressed with this thing, guys. I can't express to you enough how amazing. Oh, killed it. Nice and easy to start up again. Change the clutch lever position, and it messed with me a little bit. Rookie time. But we going again, and we made it through 7 highway pretty much all the way through. So now we're going to get this thing on I-70. And I'm going to keep it in sport mode. Oh yeah, you come to a stop and you can feel that lower a little bit. So nice. What a great job, Harley-Davidson. What a great job. Highly impressed. Guys, I've ridden all kinds of bikes. I've never really ridden too many adventure touring bikes before, but certainly would say that this is going to compete with the other bikes out there. It's smooth. The suspension is just incredible, man. The power, it's addicting. Twisting this throttle, it's going to be hard not to get yourself in trouble. If you're a hard rider, you got to be careful, because this thing is quick and it goes a whole lot faster than you think it is. You know, feels like you're going maybe 50. You look down and you're going 70 or 80, and it's awesome. Gosh, that power band, I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second as soon as I can get past this guy, but that power band, you can really feel that thing kick in. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Wow, wow. Going too fast, way too quick, man. This thing is snappy. So let's take the hands off the handlebars for just a second. We're going to put it in cruise control. Cruise control turns on right over here, and then it's down to set it. Okay, so I am in cruise control, going down the highway. Let off the bars a little bit. This thing is stable as a rock, guys. It is not a calm day. It's windy, it's cold, a little bit unorthodox for this time of year. But guys, this thing is so stable, so stable. And I really don't feel much wind either. The buffeting it's not there. I have a full face helmet on, of course, but I don't really feel anything on my helmet at all. So, man, I feel like I could ride this thing all day, guys. All day long. And not only that, I really don't want to get off of it. I mean, it's fun, it's smooth, it's comfortable. It checks every single box that you could need it to check. I really think, you know, Harley-Davidson has nailed this motorcycle, man. They've really got something special here. No pun intended. Maybe a little pun intended. Oh, man. So I'm almost back to the dealership, unfortunately, guys. But I hope everybody that is clicking on this video, one, I hope you got the information you were looking for. This motorcycle is brand new, and I tried to cover everything, but, you know, I missed some things, like the adaptive LED daymaker that's on this motorcycle. When you go down into a corner, you get different levels of lean angle, will give you different levels of lighting to the left and to the right. I mean, there's just so much on this bike, guys, that you know, it's hard to cover everything unless I got you here and you have specific questions. But guys, if you do have specific questions, reach out to your local dealer. Hopefully that's us. If it's not, you know, make sure that you get the information you're looking for on this bike, because, man, it's just an incredible motorcycle. And I really do think that, you know, Harley's going to be selling out of these things. Very, very quick. That's another thing, is this thing is super lightweight to push around. You know, you get it into a slow parking lot situation, it handles so well. And in just about any situation you can put it in. And we didn't get it on you know, any dirt today, guys, but I can only imagine that this thing is going to it's going to handle just fine when you're in rugged conditions. So guys, that's it for today. We'll see you next time.
Oh, what an amazing motorcycle. Guys, this is by far my favorite test ride review I've done for you guys so far. You know, the biggest thing that I noticed while I was out there was just how comfortable this motorcycle is, not just in the sitting position and all that, but with the semi-active suspension, man, you can really feel it working. You hit that bump and you almost feel it react back into the motorcycle, but you don't really feel it in your body at all. It's a pretty visceral experience as far as how soft and how nice this motorcycle rides. And you can also tune the suspension inside the screen to set it up just how you like it to ride. You know, the other cool thing about the suspension on this bike is that no matter how big you are, it's going to ride the same all the time. No matter how much you load it down, it's going to ride the same all the time, because it's got that enhanced load system to where if you load this thing down, the electronics that are in the suspension is going to sense how much weight's on the motorcycle, and it's actually going to dampen the shocks so it rides just like it should at all times. So it's going to maintain the travel of the shocks and the travel of the shock in the rear and the travel of your front forks, no matter how much you're loaded down. And I love that about this bike. The other thing is the power. It is an endless amount of power, no matter where you're at, no matter what gear you're in. Sport mode is a ton of fun, guys. You know, if you're an aggressive rider and you're out on the road and you love digging into corners and going fast, you'll have it in sport mode a lot. Road mode, your standard mode, that's kind of like the main one that you can keep it in. That's a fun mode to have it in too. And then you have a safety mode in there for the rain. You know, it dumbs down your throttle response and your power that's available to you, and it amplifies your traction control and it amplifies your ABS, making it super safe. You know, I was out in the rain yesterday on it, twisting that throttle in the rain as hard as I wanted to, and it was never slipping, never losing traction. So very impressed, very, very impressed. That's all I got for you today, guys, but stay tuned. We're gonna get this thing off the road in some rugged terrain, show you what that's all about in a future video. Make sure you hit that subscribe, smash that like button. When we got new stuff coming your way, I want you to be the first ones to know about it. We'll see you next time.